Hi, I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today, where we're going to, you guessed it, talk about books. And today we will talk about A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. And it's young adult science fiction that does a great job of interweaving spirituality and time travel. Readers of all ages enjoy this book, but it is especially perfect for the younger range of the young adult group. I was 9 years old the first time I read it, and I loved it. And I've read it a few times since then, and with every reading, I find a new discovery to enjoy. 13-year-old Meg Murray is having a difficult time. She and her youngest brother, Charles Wallace, don't seem to fit in, but they do share a special connection to one another. To make matters worse, their father, a scientist, has disappeared. He went on a project-related trip and hasn't returned. And as neighbors often do, their neighbors are talking about the situation and have concluded that he's abandoned the family. On a particular stormy night, a neighbor, Mrs. Whatsit, stops over. Charles Wallace, Meg, and Meg's classmate Calvin are about to be swept away on a journey and become closer to one another in the process. So what are some other titles to read for a similar experience? And we are going to focus on science fiction and fantasy for the younger range of young adults, so the 9 to 12-year-old readers. And I will start by mentioning that A Wrinkle in Time is part of the Time Quintet. So there are 4 other books in this series for you to enjoy. Another book for fantasy lovers is Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. And this is the first book of the Underland Chronicles series. Gregor lives with his family in an apartment in New York City. His father mysteriously disappeared. His mother works hard to take care of all of them. So Gregor, his sister Lizzie, their youngest sister Boots, and their grandmother. In the Underland, humans live alongside spiders, bats, rats, and giant cockroaches, who, by the way, adore Boots. The inhabitants of the Underland have orchestrated a fragile peace that's about to fall apart. And while Gregor wants no part of a conflict between them, he learns of a prophecy that predicts a role for him. A role that may help him solve his family's biggest mystery. I've really enjoyed this series and especially enjoyed the character development as the series progresses. Next we have the book that proves that time travel happens by Henry Clark. When Ambrose steps into a fortune teller's tent, he and his friends are off on an adventure through time. Back in the 19th century, they have to dodge slave traders and save an ancestor from death. And with only an ancient Chinese text and a sheet of Morse code to guide them, they need to return to the present. This twist on time travel also explores themes of accepting those who are different and having the courage to join them. The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan. It has been more than 3 years since C woke up on the shore of an abandoned island with no idea of how she came to be there. With only a rundown house by the sea and an android she built, the only memory she has is the knowledge that she has a sister. And C needs to escape to find her. A world away, Casey wants to escape. Earth's last unpolluted habitats are meant to be sanctuaries. Instead, they are filled with people who will do anything for refuge. After a series of disasters, Casey will need to decide if she is willing to use science to help, even though it failed those who mattered most to her. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at A Wrinkle in Time and other science fiction and fantasy titles. I will return soon when we will talk about my second book focusing on time travel this month, Killing Time by Brenna Ehrlich. Until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.